Let's go to options because there's going to be a lot of screaming. So let's turn down. Well, I really can't. Let's go ahead and turn this up. That way you can get some music in. Not that high. I guess sound volume should put down. Okay. Welcome to my empire. Everything in red is mine. So I've been working hard on this. But I'm not at war with anyone, so I'm just out here killing bandits in someone else's territory. Okay.
Today the gods will decide your fate.
Let's see now. Oops. Go first person. Let's go, man! Attack! Let's go. It's hard to tell what's going on, but we figured it out. Look at the blood of my weapons. Speaking of blood of my weapons, let's talk about what's been going on around the world before we get to Donald fucking Trump. So, this was actually very underreported, and I'm surprised it is, but I know why. It's because Russia did it. But, or not really, is it Russia or Assad that did it? I don't remember, please fact check me if it was Russia or Assad, but they defeated ISIS. They defeated the last stronghold or city that they held. Which is fantastic. I mean, I never thought that we would win that war. At all. Because we constantly bomb civilians and constantly what do you call it? It is a bit of racism, which is why I'm having a hard time coming up with it, because Muslim is not a race, it's a religion. It's not religionist, or if it is, that's just a weird word. But I guess we'll just go with racism right now. Because I got no other word for it.
That's a nice head you have on your shoulders.
Yeah, come take it, buddy. But yeah, they got defeated finally, and there should be, unfortunately, an uptick in terrorism, which there was in Egypt. There was 300 dead. Which was actually worse than our shooting in America. Where we had like 50 dead and 500 wounded. They had 300 dead. I don't know how many wounded. I think the number's still going. And the dead, obviously, because they're critical conditions and stuff. Hold on. Hello? Mm-hmm. Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Will do. Bye. Okay, I had a call, sorry. That came out of nowhere. But even as ISIS is defeated, will it ever be a victory? And the reason I say that is because we've been there for 17 years. 17 long, gruesome years. With no end in sight. Like, it's gonna become the next North Korean border. Where we station troops indefinitely. Because no matter whether we leave now or later, when we rip the Band-Aid off, some terrorist organization will take over. There's no stopping it. Because we messed up that country bad. And a lot of people don't know this, so let me point this out. Iraq was actually a British colony, and those lines that are drawn today, they're imaginary lines, which is why they're constantly in a civil war now that we messed up the bubble. When we first invaded, we messed up everything. They were at peace, but it was a, what do you call it? I guess compliance is not the word I'm looking for, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to use compliance. But as soon as we messed up everything, they're like, all right, this is it. We're taking over. We're trying to get independence, stuff like that. And so that's why Iraq is a mess as it is right now. Because we stirred the boiling pot. I'm just buying food here. That's a lot of cheese I could buy. Guess what? I'm taking all of it because my troops need to be fed. Okay, that should keep them calm for a little bit. I think that's it I can say about the Middle East. Because I talked about the colony of Iraq. I talked about the victory. ISIS is defeated. Not fully, but they own no territory anymore. Yeah, I think that's it. So I guess now we can move on to our domestic politics, which is a fuckfest. So where do I even begin with this? I don't want to start with Donald Trump yet. I don't want to start with net neutrality. We've already talked about it. Or I sent links where people have talked about it. There's nothing more I can add other than please bother your senators and don't stop. Because once we lose it, it's going to be a hard thing to repair. I said I wasn't going to talk about it. I'm over here talking about it. My God. Man, I just owned him. Ugh, get out of my way, horsey. Okay. I guess since we're on net neutrality, let's talk about it a little bit. But man, it's awful. Like going back to EA, you know, where a company doesn't care. Ajin Pai doesn't care. There's my brother. I'm just waiting for him to walk in.
Hello, live stream. I'm already in here. What do you mean, past you? Crazy. Hey, that's me. The last one didn't show up. I said hi, YouTube, and it said it was banned.
What?
Exactly. It was like, that is not allowed here. Devin, we should get Nightbot.
A Nightbot?
Yeah.
I think that costs money.
No, it's free. I have it on mine.
Oh.
It's just that you just have to sign up for it. Like, it's all free. And you put commands into it, so. I have it, and I have it to where if people spam, like, the same thing over and over again,
Yeah.
they get banned. Like, without typing, they don't have to get banned. And I have it to where I have custom things where everyone subscribes. It says it, how much people are watching.
Huh.
My friend showed me it. He has 1,000 subscribers. And he uses that all the time. You can use song requests, Devin.
Yeah.
This is great. Nightbot's amazing. There's another one that I have on it. It's not called Nightbot. It's something else. But you can change the name of it. Devin,
What?
I think you're the only person on my YouTube channel that's modded on live streams. Devin,
Who's modded?
you.
How am I modded?
On my YouTube, you're like the only one I modded.
Oh, okay.
Like to where you can ban people and stuff.
Yeah.
You recording this stuff
Yeah.
on your phone
Yep.
and live stream?
Yep.
Hello, live streaming YouTube. Remember to check this out on Devin Mead. Find all the greatest shows and games.
Mm-hmm.
He was gone for like almost
A year.
a year.
No, 2 years.
2 years. We had great stuff on there. Like Dying Light was a thing, and it wasn't dead.
Yeah. That was a long time ago, though.
Yeah, but it's still not dead. I'm surprised it's still not even dead yet. They're still doing stuff with it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They want to keep it as long as it goes.
Well, they need to add a lot of DLC to it.
Well, they are, but they're taking, like, they did it perfectly, right? They put in the DLC things, right?
Yeah.
They said over the year, but they're taking too long. That's the problem they said, over the year. So I'm just gonna play after the whole year's done, so all the DLC's coming.
Looks like he's stuck. Oh, there you go. So anyway, back to what I was saying. We're on net neutrality, even though I said I wasn't going to talk about it. But... Oh, Matthew!
What?
Don't eat.
We going somewhere?
Yeah, at 8:30. Gotta save my Archer. Oh, he doesn't need saving. Look at that. Look at that. He took all 3 of them out. Or 2 of them out. I took care of that one. There we go. Okay. So, I'm probably going to be interrupted a few more times, which is fine. I love my brother. But so about net neutrality, obviously we know what the big thing is with Ajin Pai, and like I said, I brought up EA again. Like, they don't care what kind of scrutiny they're going to be. As long as they make money, who cares? Which is why I say they are evil. I think Jank, it has that problem where he doesn't see it as evil, just as a problem. And I think Kyle's kind of on the same boat, but he's more, you know, bombastic about it. But I see it as an inherent evil. Because you're pocketing profits in your own pocket, in your company's pocket, while screwing over everybody. Like, this isn't just the healthcare with the internet and the wages and, you know, the school system, everything. It's all downhill. Because they want to make profit. That's all they care about, and that makes them inherently evil. Alright. That was a little raid right there. I don't need any of that. I'm too rich to care about loot. Look, let's see. How much money do I have? $800,000. And I make about $33,000 in-game month. Now, I would declare war, but it lowers my honor and my allies don't like it. They don't like it when I'm dishonorable, so they dislike me, and if by the off chance they dislike me enough, they'll take their territory that I gave them and join another empire, so that's not gonna happen. Let's go ahead and upgrade some troops. Which is only 2. I gotta yawn. Okay. So we talked about net neutrality, and of course I didn't say much about it, but there's nothing to add on to the argument other than call your congressman, you know, write emails, stuff like that. Alright, 160 versus 50. This could be a cav battle, so let's go. I did notice, this is on a totally different subject now. I did notice that is it the Prime Minister? Or at least someone in Canada, a senator from Canada, apologized to the LGBT community because of the purge of the LGBT during the 1960s, I believe. 1964 through 1990, I believe was the exact dates, but I could be totally wrong in making that up. Oops. I can't block an arrow with that. Get out of town. There we go. And he got very emotional, and you know, I think he's the one that's the comic book nerd too. He loves X-Men. I just saw a story that the creators of the animated series of the X-Men gave a book to the same guy, and he loved it. I mean, you could see his smile. It was a genuine smile and just excitement. Like, you could see the child in him come out, and it's a great moment. There's a picture of it. There's no video on it. At least I don't think there's a video. I just saw a picture. But yeah, he seems like a great guy. And the fact that he loves X-Men is even more outstanding, because what X-Men is about is the inequality of everybody. You know, not just, you know, blacks or minorities. It was the LGBT as well. X-Men was great on that. And that was their whole storyline, was that they're different and they're casted out and they're feared. And there's some, like, zealots, like Magneto, that takes it to the extreme because they're hated so much that they basically declare war on humans, which is what Muslims are doing and Mexicans are doing with the Mexican cartel, of course. What are we chasing? I'm just following you guys. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Anyway, I'm just gonna stand here since there's only like 6 guys here. I can hear archers whizzing, but I don't see anybody. You're over here. Yeah, they got him. Good. Okay, so that was just a quick little fun story for that. Now, before we continue on my next subject, I need to show you a video, which I shared all on my site, but I want to watch it with you guys and give my commentary on it afterwards. So, for YouTube, you're just going to see a bunch of triangles and stuff. So, if you want to see what I'm going to look at, go to Facebook.com/The People's Party with each letter of the word capitalized. I don't know if I explained that correctly. Beginning of each word is capitalized. If you want to see what I'm doing right now. But let's just do that. Because I'm going to me. Me. No, it's going to automatically sign me in, so I don't have to worry about codes or anything. But if I did, I'll just block the site. But clearly, obviously, I don't have to. By the way, your PlayStation is your computer, so if you got what to do and stuff, there's really almost no excuse. Just let it load. It is a little slow when it comes to this kind of stuff. Here's a video that I'm going to share in my post and the site about the souls being infringed upon, the IP being infringed upon, being sold for profit that doesn't belong to them contractually. Oh, I would need to share this too. This is a machine that cleans that just goes around and picks up trash from the water. This needs to be everywhere. But no one's going to fund that on a large scale. I remember sharing that. This is awful. I don't think I shared this. Or if I did, I didn't say anything about that. Which I will get to that later. And I didn't share this because not only do I not have anything about it, there are a couple facts that are a little off. Because one of the things that they say is that it has tough gun regulations, and that gun regulations don't work in the U.S. because there are cities with high gun regulations that still have one of the largest body counts in gun deaths. And another thing is that it's hard or reasonably hard to get a gun because of, what do you call it? Because of the background checks that needs to be done immediately, which is false. They have up to 3 days to do it, and if they don't do it in 3 days, chances are they'll just give you the gun anyway, which is what happened with I think it was the last the one before the Las Vegas one, I believe, where it was 3 days that they waited and they didn't get it in time, so they just sold them the gun anyway. So that's false. And this one right here. Okay. Let me explain this one, because I did share it. Someone told me that I might have been hacked and spammed to share the wrong thing. Come on, scroll down. I actually did share this, not realizing the context. And there's a couple reasons why. And I'm going to give you what you call not a BS excuse, but an excuse that, or not an excuse, an explanation that should, roll your eyes, buck your head a little bit. I was overconfident in myself because I constantly do fact checking, and 98% I am never wrong. But this is part of the 2% that I am wrong. I didn't fact check this, and I shared it. And actually, the postage that I did put with my own caption, it was actually misread wrong. When I said I am fully in support of this, I meant Starbucks not giving coffee to the troops. And here's why. If you're a soldier in the front line and you know that you're doing fucked up shit, you should not be rewarded with Starbucks, whether you know it's bad or not, the action that you're taking. I want the soldiers to suffer so that way they get out and not do the consequences that we are doing now, which is bombing 90% the wrong people. And, occupying a land that is not theirs. That's what we're doing. So I was in support of the Starbucks, not the guy who banned this. But this was an honest mistake, and I did get word that they do give them coffee and stuff. But if this was true, which it isn't, it's been 100% falsified, I would have supported Starbucks, not the people that were going to boycott it. So that's bad on my part. I will show this too later. But is it this one I wanted to show? No, it isn't. Yes, it is.
A man by the name of Mark Twain once said,
Ugh. Come on, continue. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Alright. I guess this is how I get back. I assume it's gonna stop. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let me go back to the game so you can be entertained. Now, there is another video that I am going to show you, which all these videos, again, you can see clearly in my site. But let's talk about this because it brings an interesting, what do you call it, perspective to the argument of why school sucks right now. And it does. It's garbage. I was considered slow. In fact, I was so bad at math that I had to take special ed math to where I cannot fail. And I was pushed ahead. I sucked at math. I was garbage. Anything above algebra, I couldn't do it. Geometry, algebra 2, and whatever was after that. I went to tutoring, I cheated, and I still almost failed the school year. But because I had so many points in other aspects, so like I was in AP in history, I had straight A's in English, I was in ROTC drill team, and it's been so long since I've been in school, so I can't even think of all the courses. But anyway, besides the point, that you do learn differently, and math is not my forte, but video editing and writing and creativity is. Like, how come I'm judged on math and I could have failed constantly on math when I am so good in so many other things? Just because I can't do math doesn't make me stupid. It just means it's not my forte, and I need to be taught somewhere else. You know, because when I was in video editing class, everyone was impressed with me. I mean, I did so much stuff with Adobe Pro. And I was actually making a series, which actually this would be a nice time to plug in my YouTube channel, which is my name, Devin Mead, that I constantly just make videos just for the hell of it. And it does take me a long time. I spend 8 hours on average per video just to get 16 minutes, which I love every minute of my work. I'm not bored of it. I love it. Like, I wanted to go to school for it. I had planned to. I planned to go into the Art Institute. I still do. Because I love what I do. And I got movie ideas that will break everything you know about Hollywood. What I mean by that is, I'm tired of cliches. I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of the good guys winning too. I want something that's different. Like, and I can provide that. I don't want to be the next J.J. Abrams or who else did I look up to? I can't even think right now. The Quentin Tarantino. And it used to be James Cameron as well, but after reports came out that he kind of plagiarizes a little bit, not so much anymore. But yeah, I want to go into the movie industry and just break everything. Be like, no, enough with the cliches. Let me tell you how to make a real movie, you know? And I thought about everything. I want to make 3-hour epics. That's my dream. I don't want to be 2 hours, 2.5 hours. No, I want Lord of the Rings style 3-hour epics, but sci-fi. Because I got one in my head where the first part is story-driven and action, the second part is horror, and the third part is story-driven action, where obviously the good guys lose. And I don't care if you take this idea. If someone does it, that'd be great, and I'll take credit for myself. But for the video's sake, the way the horror was going to work was when these certain aliens come and invade Earth and they kick us out, but we're advanced where we have starships too and we fly away. Whatever is said last in their dying breath, that's what they constantly say as basically a zombified alien. But they're not zombified really because they're able to shoot guns, use tactics, and it's a hive mind, essentially. And whatever they say last, that's what they say constantly. So, like, if they're screaming, help me, they're attacking you screaming, help me. Or if they're saying, like, oh God, you know, they're attacking you while saying, oh God. You know, so, like, if they're pummeling you, they're like, help me! You know, come on. That sounds pretty good to me. And it wouldn't be the normal alien ships that you would expect, where, you know, it's nasty looking, because it's a hive mind alien. So I don't want it to look like a hive mind ship. I want it to look like different kinds of species of ships. So some will look nice, some will look high tech, some will look not necessarily inferior in technology, but, you know, like a ship that just got developed and it's not as advanced as the other ships that you see around. But I don't want an ugly looking ship. I want beautiful looking ships to launch these nasty creatures. That's my storyline for that. And if no one ever does it, I'm gonna end up doing it. Or make it into a video game. I can do that as well. I got game ideas as well that could break everything that you know about video games. I mean, it's just exciting stuff. But going back to the school thing, how it all ties together, we all learn differently, and it needs to be changed. drastically, because not only do they not teach you on your expertise and your forte for your future, they don't prepare you for your future. Ugh, God. That burp would not come out. But, yeah. So, like, they don't teach you how to do taxes. They don't teach you how to do interviews. And no one ever learns this stuff. Like, if you say the parents should expect you to teach you, they didn't learn in school. They had to learn on their own, and I guarantee they're all struggling, or at least most of them are. 'Cause at least my parents are struggling. Because they don't know how to keep tabs on their own money, which actually, believe it or not, I do. Luckily, I was gifted with that natural ability to learn on my own fast. Because I saved $4,000, and this is actually tying into my disability right now, which is why I'm not working and why I'm funding my own site with $100 a month, because I'm on Social Security. But that spear just came right in my face, but that's fine. I'm gonna be honest, I lost my train of thought for a moment. Oh yeah, talking about taxes. But what was my point though? I talked about my disease. Oh yeah, me saving money, because I knew how to save, and I saved pretty well. I saved about 4,000. Now I only have 1,000 left, but that's because all of it went to my medical bills and stuff. And now I'm in debt, but that's because I'm obviously smart enough to not pay it all. And I'm constantly getting called by debt collectors, but what are they going to do? Ask for their wires in my back? Get out of town. But I was gifted enough to where I knew how to save, which I would save about $100 to $200 a month. I bought everything myself. Like, I was given a lot of stuff, so like my TV, my first, I want to say PS3, my PS3, any consoles before that. But I bought my own first car, I bought my own second car, and I bought my own third car. Now, why did I have 3 cars? Because I wrecked. Now, none of it was proven to be my fault, but there was a certain, like, the insurance considers it my fault, but to me it wasn't my fault. Except for the first one. The first one was my fault because I was so tired and I drove my sister to school and I went to McDonald's after that, and I guess I daydreamed or something, and I took off the parking lot and I got hit right then and there. But they also got a ticket. So I don't know what for, but they had a ticket as well. And it was a company car, so obviously if they got a ticket, they did something wrong and the company can't sue me. But yeah, the first one was definitely my fault, but the second one wasn't. No one knows what happened because it was just 2 cars. It was in the middle of the night. It was just 2 cars, no witnesses, nothing. And my light, to me, was green, and his light was red, but he zoomed off, and what do you call it, T-bone? Is it called T-bone? Where I hit him on the side, he spun out, and he landed on the sidewalk. He was fine. He was uninjured. And I was uninjured, surprisingly. We hit hard. I totaled my car and his car. But the insurance considered it my fault because there were 4 lanes, I think, that I had to watch out for. And since he only had 3 lanes, according to his side, that it was my fault because I had more lanes. I don't understand that logic, but that's fine. I don't get it. But I just segued out of the conversation about education, how they don't teach you stuff. But yeah, the schools need to change on their teaching methods, for sure. It's all backwards. The way that is explained in the next video that I'm going to show you is that they prepared you in the old days to be factory worker jobs, and it has not changed for 150 years because they still want you in those factories. So essentially they're setting you up to fail. Just kill these bastards. Very foggy battle. I love it. Oops. So I think it's time after this battle to actually segue into that second video. I don't need any of you. How's my food? It's actually pretty low. Gotta feed the troops, they're getting fat. Okay. And I'm going to be switching games every hour, so after this hour is complete, I'll switch it up. Keep it fresh. Come on. Let it load for a moment. I'm playing games that don't have a story where they're going to talk over me, so I don't have to stop. Oh. Come on, come on. Keep it on, keep it on. Alright. Oh, more loading. Almost there. Almost there. Oh, I don't think I ever shared this. This is a great idea, which I've always, what do you call it? Advocated for this, but this is a video to reinforce my ideas, which is based on facts that it costs $30,000 per year per person for the homeless to be homeless, while if you give them a home, it'll cost the taxpayers $10,000 per year per person, which just seems like a duh to me. And this reinforces what I've been saying. And it's a very simple home. It's not big at all. It's got a kitchen. It's got a bedroom. It's got, I think it's got a TV. So I wasn't even expecting a TV, to be honest. You know? And actually, I do remember this video more now that I'm talking about it. That it's actually, this isn't for the homeless, but it should be. It's actually for extremely low income people. You have to show that you have a steady income, but it's for extremely low. So like they'll show like two students going to school. where they have minimal income, but they have a constant income. So, and I don't know if I was going to share this because some of the videos that they showed looked faked. So I don't think I will. This is extraordinary. I love this, where the dresses transform. We'll talk about the drug industry in a moment, because that'll go on to my segue to the next subject. We're almost there, guys. There we are.
Albert Einstein once said, everybody's a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Ladies and gentlemen,
It's a little loud, I'm going to be honest.
we have modern day schooling. Glad you could come. Not only does it make fish climb trees, but also makes them climb down and do a 10-hour run. Come to school, are you proud of the things you've done? Turn millions of people into robots. Do you find that fun? Do you realize how many kids relate to that fish swimming upstream in class, never finding, but just thinking they're stupid, believing they're useless? Well, the time.
Of course, there's going to be a pause. It's got to load all the ads on the side. And then press play again. And then we should be good from here.
Well, the time is coming when Massachusetts, I call school to the stand and accuse them of killing creativity, individuality, and being intellectually abusive. Is an ancient institution and it's all in disusage. So, Your Honor, this concludes my opening statement. And if I may present the evidence of my case, I will prove it. Exhibit A. This is modern day form. Recognize it? This is form from 150 years ago. Big difference, right? See, here's a car from today. And here's a car from 150 years ago. Big difference, right? Well, get this. Here's a classroom today. And here's a class because 150 years ago. Ain't that a shame? In literally more than a century, nothing has changed. Yet you claim to prepare students for the future. Well, with evidence like that, I must ask, do you prepare students for the future or the past? I did a background check on you, and let the record show that you remain the same people who work in factories. This explains why you put students in straight rows nice and neat till it's 6 scale. Raise your hand if you want to speak. Give them a short break. They can't even figure out the day. Tell them what to think. And compete to get ahead. A lab which determines product quality. It's grade A. Wait, I get it. Back then, times were different. We all have a past. I'm not suffering your kind. But today, we don't need to make robots zombies. The world has progressed. And now we need people who think creatively, innovative, and critically independent with the ability to connect. See, if the scientists will tell you that no two brains are the same, and if they parent with two little children would confirm that claim. So please explain why you treat students like cookie cutter frames or snapback hats, giving us one-size-fits-all crap. But if a doctor prescribed the exact same medicine to all of his patients, it would also be tragic. So many people would get sick. Yet, when it comes to school, this is exactly what happens. This educational malpractice. One teacher stands in front of 20 kids, each one having different strengths, different needs, different gifts, different dreams, and you teach the same thing the same way. That's horrific. Ladies and gentlemen, to the finish shall be acquitted. This will be one of the worst criminal offenses ever to be committed. And this nation will be the church of employees. Objection, overruled. It's a shame. I mean, teachers have able to put the child on the plan, get their own pain. No matter so many students are short changed. Let's be honest. Teachers should earn just as much as doctors. Because a doctor can do heart surgery and save the life of a kid. But a great teacher can reach the heart of that kid and allow him to show you live. See, teachers are heroes and often get blamed. But that's not the problem. They work in a system without any options or rights. Curriculums are created by policy makers listening to never tell a day in their life. Just successful, standardized tests, making unbelievable multiple choice question will determine success. That's outrageous. In fact, these tests are too cruel to be used. It should be banned, and don't take my word for it. Take Frederick J. Kellogg, the man who invented standardized testing, who said, and I quote, these tests are too trends. That's the case.
That is such a great message. I love that. I love that video. Actually, I meant to show another one, but we'll go ahead and give that a pause for now. But yeah, our education is garbage. I mean, they don't teach us anything creative. They don't let us learn different ways or like have different classes for us. Like, yes, they had video editing, and yes, they have, wood shop and stuff like that. But and college is where it's at, where you're able to express everything and, interrupt the teacher, spread your ideas most of the time. Sometimes, you are blocked, whether you're conservative or liberal. But just chasing this guy down. Oh, there's a bigger group. I'll take that. But we're not able to express our ideas. We're just told, hey, raise your hand. This is how you're going to learn. And if you don't learn this way, you're the stupid one. And you'll go into special ed and maybe held back, flunked, because of one grade that you suck at. Or even multiple grades. Because there's actually a story, whether it's true or not, I believe it, that Einstein was so smart that he didn't know how to tie his shoe. And he would wear one pair of clothes every day, but he would have multiple pairs of that same clothing. With the same shoes, same setup, stuff like that. But he did not know how to tie his shoe. We're all geniuses in our own way, but we're not able to figure that out. We're told what to do, and if you're not smart enough to, I guess evolution is the word I'm looking for. You're not able to evolve fast enough or at all, then you deserve a factory job or fast food job. You're not smart enough for this world. And you're considered a failure, so that's just not right. Alright, well, time to switch games, so save and exit. Hey, how you doing? I didn't even notice. I was busy with the thing.